LSU Tigers and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Guys, the Tigers head coach told me pregame, one of the things Coach talked to me about was just the importance of getting their quarterback going. This transfer quarterback has been everything they needed and more. They are so grateful they picked him up in the portal. And now today, he is close to going over 3,000 yards for the season. They feel confident with the script. They meet every Friday night to see exactly what plays the quarterback likes. So they are confident they'll get him that mark early in the game. I'll keep you posted to how that looks down here on the field. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. The Ducks ready to kick it away first. He'll bring it out. It's Wilson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll start on the ground with Dura. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. LSU quick to the line.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big trophy at the end of the year. He's in the Heisman running late in the season. I bet you he'll get a lot of touches today.
Here's a give to Durham. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now, guys, when it comes to LSU, they're the new #1 team in the country. What do they need to do to stay in that spot?
Well, and it's cool to see this team earn that, right? Like, they haven't been #1. They had to go get it on the field, and now it's got to stay on the field, Jesse. One game at a time. Don't get over our skis. Think about too many things in the future. Think about today.
Yeah, they've got to have a sense of urgency now, especially knowing with that #1 beside the name, they're going to get everybody's best shot. So they've got to step up. They've actually got to elevate their play now, I think, to keep this thing moving forward.
Second and long here. Caught behind the line. It's Brown. They've got him corralled.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Looking to throw, it's Levin. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first 3rd down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Not a lot of room to field this one.
As a former quarterback, I definitely never had the guts to ever want to be a return man. And that right there is the reason why, guys. I don't need anybody having a 50-yard run at me trying to take my head off. So, listen, I mean, I feel for that return guy. He's lucky, though, that his group of guys was able to jump back on the ball.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Quarterback changing the play. Throwing more. Fires to the wideout. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Now backed up in their own end, it's 3rd and long. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Looking to take a shot. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. Off to the races. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Ducks. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the capper coming on an electrifying pass play that covered 93 yards to the house. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Moves the pocket. It's Levitt. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
Man, it's fun to watch defense that just, they look so in sync and coordinated. And watching the tape coming into this week's game, you could tell last week, this defense was dialed in. They don't give up big plays. They don't give up points. They make you earn everything. Looking like another game like that so far today.
They don't need a bunch on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. And the Tigers in the hurry-up. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Oh, pressure's coming. He's sacked. This defense all over it.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. He's got great speed. Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. From the gun, it's Davison. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. This matchup, 2 teams in the top 5, just sort of whets the appetite for what we're going to see in the playoff, guys.
The selection committee is watching this one very closely because, David, both of these teams are easily talented enough to win it all, but only one can walk out of here with a dub.
Right, and what does it do? It sets up the seeding, right? It sets up the buys. It sets up the whole future of the college football playoff, and I think you want to punctuate that. You want to leave a lasting impression late in the season on the committee and show them, like, hey, we're the best in the country.
The defense trying to get a stop on 3rd down from the 44. Dragged down right at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. As strange as it seems, this is an easy decision. A little too far for the field goal. Punting does nothing for you. They'll go for it on 4th down. Making the adjustment. Fourth down, Moore. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive out on the field and make some stops.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Looking for a man. It's Levitt. Out wide right, it's Wilson. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Tigers come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll move the wide receiver. Fresh center downs going to the air. Grabbed behind the line. It's Green. There he goes. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. Tosses it incomplete.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Gets a hand in there.
And I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this 3rd down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Changing the routes with his receiver. Moore. He's going for the big play. Pulls it in down the middle. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. And the Ducks moving quickly to the line. From the red zone, it's Hill. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Powers through. He worked his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever, 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running, so nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. Powers inside. He is stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
The Ducks will try to convert on fourth down. Going for 6. Touchdown, Ducks! Quick strike through the air for the score. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Pass to 6. Moves up to the 34-yard line. Give him a 10-yard pickup.
We know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy. And this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you've got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll give it to him again. Breaks into the open. He's inside the 40. Running inside the 20. He is in. Touchdown LSU.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And with the extra point, they cut the lead to 14-10. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He'll go out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and that's where this offense will take over. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's changing the play. Sends it back in motion. Here's Moore to throw. He's going to fire deep. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
That's one of those plays where you're going, man, he probably could have made that. The defense wasn't great on the play, but guess what? It goes down as an incompletion. Those are one of those bullets that you got to dodge throughout a game to get the win, to limit those big plays.
Now Oregon will call its second timeout. They're down to one timeout left in the half. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. He'll try to do it himself. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a 1st down. Offense still out there lining up quickly on 4th down. Moore to throw for it on 4th down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out, you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Just feeds the running back. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. He's piled up 112 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Defense comes up with a stop, but not before he moves the chains and takes it inside the 10 to the 8. They'll run it with Caden Durham. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. LSU right back to the line. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he's in! Touchdown, Bayou Bengals! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Dante Moore. Quick completion on the out. He gets it up across the 20 to the 22 before he's pushed out of bounds. The Ducks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Timeout called by LSU. That's their 2nd. They're down to 1 timeout left in the half. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Moore will throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback clean. Couldn't do it on that last play.
They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down.
But one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr. who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those two guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like what you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are committed, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having more come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs for Oregon. A lot of ground and pound and a lot of physicality.
And the Ducks will have it 1st and 10. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Throwing more. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Quick give. It's Davison. They bring him down right at the 45. Not enough to move the sticks, but maybe close enough to go for it here on 4th. Now the Tigers will take their final timeout of the half. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how... this 4th down. Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. So they were getting up against the play clock, and they don't want the penalty. They'll take the timeout here. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. They've only converted one time in 3 4th down attempts, but they'll try to move the sticks with this one. Still looking to his right. Uncorks one to the middle. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. To throw, it's Levin. Right side, it's Durham. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Running inside. It's Durham. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
How can a stadium this his size makes so much noise. You can't hear yourself think on third down here in Austin.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Looks it in at the 40. Can they catch him? Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Moore takes a shot at the end zone. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be second down.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Moore to the air. Rushes on. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. That pass interference call will give us one more untimed down in the half. So they'll send out the field goal unit trying to tie it up late in the half. This might be a little easier if it were straight on, but a 43-yarder from the right hash. Smashes it between the uprights. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Fellas, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. Let's lead things off with Houston taking on the number 18 team, the SMU Mustangs. And it's Houston with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down.
The victory caps off a 6-6 regular season, and now the waiting game for a possible bowl invitation. And now we take a look at some of the other games going on around the nation on another wild day of college football.
They keep it on the ground to open the third. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4. The Ducks will hustle to the line.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
It's a fumble on the play. And the fumble goes out of bounds. They'll maintain possession, actually picked up yardage on the play.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. An offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. Motion from the wide receiver. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. In the gun on 3rd down, Moore. The throw. And the missed connection on 3rd down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
The offense has converted just one time in 4 fourth down attempts, but they'll try it again. Fourth down, more. Runs through the tackle. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that fourth down. The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Right back to the well. Hard running there. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Play clock was down to 5. No need to rush things. Make sure you got it right, so they'll use the timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Right at the line. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. And the Ducks headed quickly to the line.
And the offense runs the football, and they get the first down. And you kind of get the feeling they've already gone for a 4th down once. Like, they're going to do it again. And that just puts so much pressure on a defense. Like, to play an extra snap over and over again is really, really difficult. This offense appears to be in an aggressive mode.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Inside, it's Davison. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Stepping to the right. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. On the move at the 30. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. So the LSU Tiger offense comes out to start this drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some run. Get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Here's Durham one more time. Touchdown, LSU! And that one will give them the lead. When you're handed a break with unbelievable field position like that, you better finish the deal, and they did.
You saw the quarterback jog on the field. I think he gave a high five to every one of those players coming off that just put them in position to go score that touchdown. That QB knew this was a golden opportunity, and boy, he took advantage of it.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Slips through the line. They bring him down, but not before a really good return sets up this offense in solid field position. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
He'll pull it down. Keeps it himself and gets the first. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, tried to force it in there, threw the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Makes the grab in their space. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 16. The Ducks want to crank the tempo. Motion from the wideout. Making the adjustment on the play.
Booster.
Here's more to throw. Buying time to his right. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds. The Ducks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Moore will throw. Here comes the heat. He wants it all. Touchdown, Oregon! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. The extra point here would tie the game. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the 3rd. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. He's past the marker. Out to the 35-yard line, and a little extra breathing room with that 15-yard pickup.
And obviously this guy's been hyped up, and we've talked about him in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. On first down, it's Durham again. Turning it on. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. And the Tigers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Very close to putting a bow on this one. Gives us a minute to check out the top 25 here in the final week of the season and to wonder what type of impact this result will have on these rankings. Can't wait to see how this fourth quarter is going to go and see who can come out on top in this barn burner. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Turns up, it's Wilson. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Got 7 on that last completion. They might be able to take a shot on 2nd and 3. Handoff, Caden Durham. Got a little grass. The tag. Touchdown, Tigers. And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. They're in a precarious spot here. That lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save them. Makes the catch and he's free. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Ducks want to move quickly. Hits inside. It's Hill.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Dante Moore. They're all over him. He'll pull it down and run. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Wide receiver going in motion. Moore to the air. Going to take a shot. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Quarterback signaling to his guys. Throwing more. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. So the defense sets them up with that interception. Now a couple of first downs, maybe even punching a score, and they'll go home with the W. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. DB's right up on the receivers. Wide receiver comes in motion. Caden Durham again. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 30. Past the 10. All the way. Touchdown, Tigers. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0. Nothing but a vapor trail left behind that guy, and the defense straight to the burn unit.
And, man, that does not feel good. As a defense, you're trying to limit the big plays, keep that guy in front of you. That guy says, wait a minute, I'm way too fast for that. They're going to need to work on those angles. That's for dang sure.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. Offense in an empty set. Quarterback changing the play. Moore. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. On the boundary, it's Bear. They'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. It's
pretty amazing at this point of the game. They're still in a position to win. Not everything has gone right for them up to this point, but with a couple minutes left on the clock, if they can get a touchdown here, get a stop, and then get another score, they win. But they've got to start being aggressive and taking shots.
They'll move the wide receiver. Moore will throw. Look out! And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Moore from the gun, trying to convert third down. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Now Oregon will call its second timeout. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. They'll send the back in motion. Moore to throw for it on fourth down. Fires to the right. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the fourth down decision pays off big time.
Hey, I got to be honest. I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on fourth down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. The Ducks with the 1st and 10. Making the adjustment. Here's Moore to throw. Rush right in his face. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And this offense has another opportunity to put a scoring drive together. They've done a really good job, man. Their defense, it's been okay. Like, giving up a lot of points. Now they're in a situation where can you be clutch? Can you come up big in a 2-minute situation when you really need to?
Here's a throw downfield late. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. 3rd and long coming up. On the gun, on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Out wide left, it's Bear. He'll have enough for the 1st down, and they stop him at the 45. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line.
And that's this guy's 3rd catch now on the drive, and I like how this offense just keeps going back to him. Look, if you're not going to cover him, we're going to keep throwing him the football. We don't have to overthink this thing, and as every completion happens, the quarterback is gaining more and more confidence in this guy.
2nd and long here. Dante Moore wants to throw again. Still looking. Trying to escape and get it himself. He gets it into plus territory. He's out of bounds at the 48. The Ducks are in the hurry-up.
Booster.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. In the gun on 3rd down, Moore. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game.
All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. 4th down, more. Escapes the pressure going right. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
And what a great play right there by the pass rush, affecting the QB's rhythm, David. He didn't have a chance to throw that on time. They forced him to scramble. Everything broke down. He tried to go get it himself, but you saw the speed catch up to him, bring him to the ground, and the defense, they win it for their team.
Just great job taking away the initial read, right? Like he wanted to throw the football. Great initial coverage. Then it breaks down a little bit, and now you got to chase. You got to play that second play. They do it.